I finally did it. I finished up my first sketchbook ever. I started this 5 months ago, back in January. And I know it looks kind of small, but it's pretty thick. It's the Talens Art Creation sketchbook. I'll have more info down below. But yeah, as mentioned, this is the first time ever that I've completed a full sketchbook. So it's been quite interesting seeing all the improvement in this, because I definitely improved looking at the first page of this. So let's get started with the actual tour of this book. This is the first page. I hate to draw on the first one, so I just usually put the date on when I started and completed the sketchbook. The actual first drawing is this one that I did with colored pencils. This is like horrible compared to some of the last drawings I did in the sketchbook, especially with colored pencil too. I usually tend to avoid this because I don't have some colored pencils that I really like drawing with. So let's move on from this. These are some doodles I did with Posca pen. I was trying to brainstorm for charms I wanted to make out of polymer clay. This dog will return. Then I drew this bunny out of oil pastels, and on the opposite side I just did a random doodle. This is like the first drawing that I posted on my Instagram for this sketchbook, I think. So you can like kind of get a timeline of that if you follow me on Instagram. Next up we have some kimono sketches. These are all from pictures that I took and just referenced in the book. Next one we have this oil pastel drawing. I usually put these papers in here just to protect the sides of it, just so it doesn't rub off on each other. This is from Kyoto. It's a picture that I took and referenced it. Next up we have some seashells. I really like this one. I think it's cool. Here we have the return of the dog charm that I pointed out earlier. I was trying to figure out how small I could make it while still retaining the character of it for the charms. And we have some text here. It says, "I love sharks." This is inspired by a creator on Instagram. I'll have a link pop up somewhere here so you can check them out. Next up, I noted down some art goals. And one of them was to be better at character poses. I don't draw humans that often. I try to avoid it. So I just found some reference pictures on Pinterest and started drawing. I really like drawing clothes though, so I just tried to find some with pretty dresses and stuff. Next up we have this ponyo sketch, just in colored markers. I did these in my old sketchbook as well and wanted to try out in this one. This one is from House Moving Castle. And we have a heron. Everyone was drawing these at the time. I think it was because of the new Ghibli movie that people just started drawing them. I made this in watercolor though, trying to test it out. And the paper in this sketchbook is really great. I didn't really like the size of it, which is why I got a bigger one for my next sketchbook, but from the same brand and in the same color. Next up we have some soda cans. These are some tulips. I added it to my Instagram. It was my first reel on there that like popped off in a while. It was really great seeing all the nice comments on it. Here is trying out some of my Ghibli stationery, just some stamps and the washi tape, and then I drew the cat bus on the other side. Testing out my gouache paints here. I rarely use them because they're so expensive, but I think I should just start using them. It's stupid to save up art supplies and not use them because you're scared of doing it. Yeah, some fruits. This is watercolor and then colored pencil on top of it. This one I made by cutting out colored paper and then drawing on top of it with colored pencil. I like this bunny here, it's cute. This one I did on a plane. I thought this guy here was funny. He had his headphones on his thigh the entire time. And of course I was watching where the plane was going. And some Posca pen flowers. He was testing out some Posca pens that I just got. You can see the metallic ones, they're shiny. I like to do this in my sketchbook just so I can go back and have a reference to what the colors would look like before I use them. And a seahorse. This is a picture I took at Okinawa Aquarium in Japan, and I just redrew it with colored pencil. This was during a 10-hour layover in an airport. I was so tired when I did this. Here we have some doodles for stickers that I did. Some of these you can find on my Redbubble store. I really want to turn this one into a sticker still. It might be up when you're watching this video. I'll have a link down below if you're interested in checking them out. I drew some Lucky Charms in here. This is a really cute cat I found on Instagram. I'll put a picture up if I can find it. It's so cute. And then I drew a cartoon version of it down here. Here's some strawberries made from watercolor. I really like mixing them, like here, like the yellows and the blues just blending together. And this shade of pink and this green in the background is actually just a pastel colored marker that I used to fill out the page a bit more. Have some random doodles. This guy's gonna turn up again later on. I did this from a reference picture I found on Pinterest. This is when the sketchbook starts turning more sketchbooky. A lot of the ones that I did before this was just a full spread finished image like this one. And I wanted to just do a bunch of random doodles. So here I drew a bunch of animals. I really like this page actually. I think it turned out nice. Some chickens. I like this one too. I think the chickens are cute, and I also like the way I drew the grass in the background. Even more chickens. I was testing out my brush pens that I have, and I used this page later on as like a test sheet for all my markers, trying to see what would happen if I layered them on, or when I had to activate my Posca pens, I used this page as well. Here's the creature that I said would return. It's like a worm thing with ears. I just thought it was cute. Here we have a snowman. I was taking a typography course in college, and this guy, he popped up as one of the characters in a typeface I was looking at. It was kind of funny. Here we have some birds. I think this one's really cute. It's really chubby and colorful. Even more birds. Another bird. I get into like phases where I just draw the same thing over and over. You'll see it again later, I think. Here we have some food. This one I did with watercolor. I really like drawing the egg yolk of this. It's just fun letting the colors bleed into each other once again. Have some butterflies. Even more butterflies. Here's the repetitiveness once again. And I also included butterflies in this one. Here's some thumbnails for posters that I never ended up making. Maybe I'll return to them in the future. But the deadline for the project has passed, so maybe not. This is around Easter, springtime, because all the spring flowers were out at this point. I decided to draw them. This is a cutout from a magazine that I found of a Van Gogh painting. And then I did a sketch of one of his paintings in his style on the other side. I really like drawing in the like Van Gogh sketch style. I studied it for a while for a paper. So it's always really nice for me to just return to it and draw in the same style. Some more doodles. I like how this page turned out. I think I saw someone else make something similar, and then I decided to draw a crab on mine. I used like a colored marker, and then I colored on top of it with Posca pens to add some more details. I think it's really cute. This oil pastel artwork, I woke up one day and just had a vision of this and had to draw it immediately. So I drew this at like 6 in the morning, straight out of bed. It's kind of fun. Next page, we have the Totoro intro. Some frog and bunny art. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see these characters quite a lot. Here we have like another comfort zone sketch of mine. I really love drawing in the Adventure Time style, so I did some Marceline fan art. Opposite it, I drew this gothic mansion. I quite like the style of this one. It will probably return in the next sketchbook. Next up, I drew some hobbit holes. Yeah, this is kind of similar style to that previous one. I think I prefer this page. A wizard frog. It was fun drawing these like sparkles, magic effects in the background. You have some birds. I found these on Pinterest as well. Another one of the herons. I like to do this where I fill out the page with just a solid color to make it look more finished. I think it really helps just the overall look of it. Here I wanted to study some medieval dresses and costumes. I just like them a lot. I love all the details in them and like the symbols and crests on them. I think it's really cool. Lots of layers as well. Here we have Lucky the lobster. It's a real lobster. It's from a picture also, but I really like how colorful he is. And I vividly remember watching Lord of the Rings while making this one. Next up, I looked through the box that I keep with all my stickers gathered up in it, and I was like, I should just use these. I have way too many. If you never use your stickers, you might just grow tired of them and not like them anymore. I certainly did that. So I have to start using more of my stickers. More frog and bunny. I like this frog. He's cute. Have some more flowers. I really like this one. I think the marker color is really nice in it. Have another doodle. I drew this from a reference of a clay sculpture that looks similar to this, and then I just added a bunch of stuff. Have a cake I did with colored markers and Posca pen. I filled out the background with Posca pen. They're really fine nipped, the ones that I have, so it took a while. But I think the result is very satisfying. Have some more doodles. These are like cutouts from a watercolor painting I did that I turned into bookmarks, so I had some leftover prints and I just stuck them in here. Next up, we have a bunch of frogs. This one was made with oil pastels and the rest are just colored markers. We have a frog that I did with a Japanese calligraphy pen. I really like drawing with it too, but the aesthetic is kind of different from what I usually do. But I think he turned out cute. Next up is this oil pastel fish. Here is an oil pastel study that I did of some fruits. I quite like this one. I like these birds in this page as well. Here we have some watercolor flowers. My goal with this one was to let the colors bleed into each other and just not wait for them to dry, because usually I'm really impatient, but I make myself wait for them to dry, but I wanted to see what would happen if I didn't wait. And I think the result was pretty nice. I like the flowers in this one as well. It's kind of the same technique of just letting the colors bleed into one another. Yeah, some more doodles. I quite like this bag. Unfortunately, I spilled water on this page, but it's fine. I like these two. Some more doodles. And then I went to London for a few days. These are some flags that I saw there that I just wanted to draw out. Just they were cool. It's the London Underground. For this page, I just cut out part of a bag that I got at Tate Britain Museum. Then we returned to some of the doodles. I made a bug on this one and some flowers here. I thought they were really cute. Even more bugs. This grasshopper is pretty cool. I saw someone else do this where they drew fabric just from like the stripes on it, and I thought it was really cool how you can see the shapes in it, so I wanted to do that as well. It's 2024. Just a random page. I wanted to fill it out. I was almost done at this point, so I was running out of ideas, but I really wanted to finish it. I like the 4 though. You can see I continue a similar style for this page. We have a close-up study of a John Sargent painting. I might put the full painting here if I can find it. And some tomatoes. I was gonna do another study right here, but I really didn't like how the face turned out, so I just pasted this Miffy label on top of it and called it a day. Here's just a blue marker doodle that I did with like a fine tip pen. I think it's really nice drawing with it. I like how it turned out. And here I returned with the colored pencil. I think this is a lot better compared to the first sketch in this book. Let me find it. If you compare this to this, I think there's a lot of improvement. Perhaps I was a bit more patient with this one, but yeah. This was one of the last pages. I decided to draw another grasshopper. This one is the type that looks similar to an orchid. I'll see if I can find the picture as well. And I just put this post-it note in here. I was just doodling on it while talking to someone, so I thought it was cute. I put it in here. And the final page, I did it. I finally finished the sketchbook on my birthday. So that was kind of fun timing. So that's it for the sketchbook. I'm so ready to move on to a bigger sketchbook. I really didn't like the size of this because my hand was in an awkward position most of the time while drawing these. But the other one I got is also a Talens Art Creation sketchbook, just in a bigger size. But my motivation for finishing the sketchbook really was making the sketchbook tour as my first YouTube video. So if you're interested in seeing more content from me, you can go and subscribe if you like, or like this video. It would help a lot. If you want to see more content from me, you can follow me on Instagram. I post a lot more on there, but I'll make sure to make new videos. I have a bunch of stuff planned in the future, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.